The day began like any other in Oak Ridge Estates, the suburban paradise that only looked perfect on the outside. I sat on the front porch sipping coffee while my 10-year-old son, Ethan, waited for the school bus. The routine felt peaceful until I spotted her, Deborah Winters, the neighborhood's infamous HOA president, our very own Karen. With her usual determined scowl and laminated badge bouncing at her hip, she marched up the sidewalk as if patrolling enemy territory. In the 3 years I'd lived there, she'd find me for everything from grass height to the incorrect shade of blue on my mailbox. According to her, it wasn't navy, it was a crime. "Good morning, Deborah," I said, trying to sound friendly. Ethan leaned closer, already sensing trouble. Deborah didn't waste time. "I see you're waiting for the school bus again. The board has concerns about noise, exhaust, and road wear. We're proposing a bylaw tonight that prohibits commercial vehicles, including school buses." I almost spit out my coffee. She was serious. And before I could argue, the rumble of the approaching school bus sent Deborah straight into the street, arms crossed, blocking it like she owned the road. The bus honked once, expecting her to move. Instead, Deborah stood her ground, shaking her head at the stunned driver. I ran toward her, trying to keep my temper in check. "Deborah, you can't block a school bus." "Oh, I can," she said, smugly. "As HOA president, I'm enforcing a safety measure until the board votes." The bus driver rolled down his window. "Ma'am, please move. I need to pick up the children." "This is private property," she snapped. "You're trespassing." Parents gathered. Phones came out. Mrs. Rodriguez started recording. Of course. Great. Viral moment loading. I reminded Deborah that public access laws trump HOA rules, but she doubled down, quoting bylaws like scripture. So I did the only thing left. I called 911. When the operator asked for details, I made sure Deborah heard every word. Our HOA president is illegally blocking a school bus with children waiting. She froze for just a second, then called her attorney as if she were handling a hostile takeover. 2 police cruisers arrived within minutes. The officers stepped in, assessing the bizarre scene. Deborah quickly switched into her sugary, talking to authority voice, explaining she was simply upholding neighborhood policy. The officers listened, nodded, and then delivered the news she wasn't ready for. "Ma'am, regardless of HOA rules, it is illegal to obstruct a school bus. You need to step aside immediately." Her face reddened. "I already told you." "Ma'am," the officer interrupted, "you are violating State Traffic Code 4324. Cornered, Deborah did the unthinkable. She jabbed a finger into the officer's chest. "Do you know who I am?" she shrieked. "That was it. Put your hands behind your back." Gasps erupted. Parents froze. Kids stared wide-eyed. Deborah, queen of the HOA, was cuffed and escorted to the cruiser as she screamed about property values and attorneys. The bus finally entered the neighborhood, kids boarding quickly. Ethan whispered before leaving, "Dad, that was kind of awesome." The videos spread fast. By noon, the entire region knew about the HOA president who blocked a school bus and got arrested. Deborah was released on bail, but the damage was irreversible. The emergency HOA meeting that week packed the community center to capacity. Deborah sat stiffly beside her attorney, trying to maintain her dignity as the vice president called for a vote on removing her from office. The results weren't even close. Only her husband and 1 loyal follower voted to keep her. Then came the district attorney's charges: obstruction of an educational vehicle, assaulting a police officer. Her attempt to play the victim in court failed miserably. The judge wasn't buying it. The court date was set, and she was warned of possible jail time and heavy fines. To make things worse, her real estate brokerage suspended her indefinitely. A headline about an HOA president blocking a school bus wasn't great for business. I attended the sentencing out of curiosity. Deborah looked deflated, nothing like the tyrant who once controlled the neighborhood with an iron clipboard. The judge delivered the verdict. Guilty on both counts. Her sentence: 30 days in jail, 2 years probation, $3,000 fine, and 100 hours of community service, directing school traffic at the